spring out of valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley and vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey, a land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness. Thou shalt not lack anything in it. A land which stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord thy God for the good land which he hath given thee. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God, and not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. Lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses, and dwell therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast had is multiplied, then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, who led thee through thy great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and droughts, where there was no water, who brought thee forth water out of the rocks of flint, who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy father knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee, to do thee good at thy latter end. And thou said in thy heart, my power and the might of mine hand hath gotten me this wealth. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day. And it shall be, if thou do all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods, and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish. As the nation which the Lord destroyed before your face, so shall ye perish, because ye would not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord your God.
All right, now wait a minute. We are so quick to blame all of our fault on the other folk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are.
But look at what the Lord is saying. He said, first I want you to remember where I brought you from.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Black folk teach our children, you got to forget slavery.
See?
Forget your history.
Forget the past. Remember the Holocaust.
It's become a big problem.
Every time the pastor try to remind you of where you come from, you say, I don't want to hear that mess.
That was
Right.
in the past. I've heard it said that was in the past. You need
See
to
that?
forget that. But be walking right back into it.
Right.
That's the thing about it.
That's right.
Over and over again, you hear people
But the
say that.
Lord said, you must not forget.
That's right.
He said, your salvation
Depends on you not
is
forgetting.
in you remembering.
Right. Come on, Pastor.
And note this, something strange. He never gave a warning when we've got plenty.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that kind of funny. God was never a warning with plenty.
Mm-hmm.
When we had nothing, there was no warning.
Mm-hmm.
The warning came when he blessed us.
Right. After the blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, because he knew.
Then he said, beware.
Beware that you forget.
Now that kind of got me.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like to me that ought to be the easiest time to remember.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
If you sick and somebody
Heal
healed you.
you. You ought to remember that.
Look like that would be when you ought to get some things. But the Lord said, when you get full.
Right, when you full. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
He said, then beware. Now I heard some niggas in this.
I didn't see that. So he knew exactly what was going to happen.
Y'all pardon the expression. There's some nigga talking here.
That's right.
He said, lest you say, my hand got me this.
That's right.
Oh,
Self-made.
Lord. That's us.
That's right. Self-made.
That nigga talk.
Oh, Lord.
Crazy talk.
That nigga
That's right.
got so mute, and the Lord blessed him. And then he talking about to get there like I got mine.
See that? Uh-huh.
He said, you beware.
Be mindful of that.
You didn't get well on your own.
That's right.
He said, I gave you
What you
power
got. Yeah.
to get well. Now be a fool if you want to. Brag about your intellect.
Thank you.
Brag about how much sense you
You
have.
got it. That's right.
But lose your legs.
See that?